It's time for your daily dose of all things Chicago sports. This is the Daily Score. Now, here's your host, Mark Grote.
The question now about the Chicago Bears after their 41-10 loss to the Chiefs on Sunday is, what now? The words of Axl Rose, where do we go now? What now? What? They're 0-3, the Bears are, and every loss, every one of those losses has been the worst loss. Like, each one of them had their own little village of terror to them. Like, I mean, I don't even know, like, that would that be a fun podcast game to play or a radio game to play on the Score? Rank the losses so far for the Bears? Because they've all been absolutely terrifying in some way, shape, or form. And so now that leaves the Bears to assemble back at Hallis Hall, getting ready for the game against Denver. And we don't know what's going to happen next, but they had to say something about the game. They had to let us know what was their impressions after reviewing and watching the tape of this game. And now it's time to figure out, how do you survive? So let's get down to that. Matt Eberflus spoke as he always does, and part of the theme that he had was kind of talking about digging into the individuals a little bit more and trying to figure out who's really going wrong here, who's not falling in line with their details and responsibilities and things like that. My first question to Matt Eberflus was what does, when you get into the micro a little bit more, let's start with QB1. What does Justin Fields need to do to be better?
Yeah, he's been doing it, right? He's been doing it in terms of the work, right? Now we're going to see the fruits of the labor. He's just got to keep doing the things, the platform, rhythm and timing, the things that we've been discussing. I thought we did a good job of moving him out of the pocket yesterday. Had a couple quarterback design runs, a couple run-pass options. Took those shots down the field. I thought those were really good. We got to capitalize on those. So I think he did some things, in Sunday's game that looked like we wanted it to look, and it's getting better.
You feel like he's close to unlock?
I do. I think we're real close. I really do. I know a lot of people say we're it's a far way away. I don't believe that. I think we're close. And I think that it's more about the details of the individual person. And if we just keep doing that right things are going to happen.
Why do you think you're close?
What's that?
Why do you think you're close?
Because I know I've seen it before. I've seen it. Like I said, when I was at the Colts, I saw it. When I was, back when I was at the DC at Missouri, the first few years we weren't very good. And that was hard. It was hard business. We were, at the Colts, we were losing the teams we probably shouldn't have lost to begin. And same thing when I was back at Missouri, and then all of a sudden, if you just keep doing right, and keep your head down and focus on what matters, good things happen.
I got to be honest when I say this, I'm being totally serious. I hope he believes that. I seriously hope that is something that they have seen and feel. Now, he sounded pretty genuine there. You know what I mean? That didn't sound like he was either ready for the question or really is seeing something that the rest of the world does not see right now. And you allow room for the coaching staff and the people in the building who actually do see him way more than everybody else, see what goes on, the nitty-gritty and practices behind the scenes. So you do have to have some, I suppose, blind faith in knowing that the Bears know Justin Fields better than anybody. And so I just hope that Matt Eberflus truly believes that when he says that he thinks that Justin Fields is close and, sounds like close to cracking the code. And he's just, man, if he just would have done this on that play, then it's there. But guess what? He got a step closer. Like maybe that's what they're seeing. And I'm really just trying to tap in to what they might be thinking and their optimism, because I don't feel it yet. I just don't feel. Do you? Do you? I mean, I don't feel it yet. Let's carry on, though, with Matt Eberflus, and he gets more specific on Justin Fields. He was asked about Justin Fields' issues in the pocket.
Answer your question, he's just working on that. No one's going to work harder than him in the pocket. And again, you saw a couple of times there we had it midfield, and they showed single high. We ended up checking the play and ended up being in quarters coverage, doubled both of our receivers. He stepped back there and then brought it across midfield and took off and ran there. So I think that's him being in the flow right there at that moment, at that particular play. Reading the coverages. There wasn't a lot of guys open because they had the two receivers that went up the field doubled. So I thought he did a nice job on that one.
How do you balance the fact that you need to be somewhat successful as a pocket passer just to run an offense in the NFL, but also putting him in a position to keep his feet moving and do some things that he might be more comfortable?
Yeah, and I think we did some of that. We got him out of the pocket some yesterday. I thought we took our shots down the field. I thought we had our chances to make a couple more of those. At the end of the day, I thought a couple of those were right on the money. And
more catch up there.
Yeah, I thought we had an opportunity there for a couple of those, and obviously the one at the very end on the left side, offensive left side, the one-handed catch was a nice ball. But again, we just got to be detailed with how we're running those deep shot routes, and just a little minute details can get us open and get us in space that we need to get to.
Yes, sir. The details are real. They were definitely taking shots. And Matt Eberflus kind of alluded to it right there. There were a couple of plays to feel the side of things here. DJ Moore should have caught that ball, the deep ball down the field. Beautiful, beautiful throw by Justin Fields. It really was. It was like the kind of throw where you kind of like come back to the middle a little on the is Fields good odometer or measuring stick right now, which is definitely going the other way for me. But when you saw that play, I was like, okay, all right, there's something from Fields. DJ Moore, that's a drop. And then the other play too that bugged me was the 50-50 ball downfield throw to Chase Claypool. That Claypool, the play that he did not make that I believe he should have made. I know 50-50 ball, right? I know by definition he had a 50% chance. Not he should have caught it. But that's part of why you like somebody like that, because you think that he could win the one-on-one battles. And watching the TV broadcast, I heard Greg Olsen say that he thought that Chase Claypool short-armed the football. And so I did ask Matt Eberflus what he thought of Chase Claypool not making the play on the 50-50 throw.
Yeah, I don't see short arm. I see a high point the ball, instead of jumping up, a little early. I think he would agree with that. To go high point the ball, catch it at its highest point with, and when he jumps and gets it there. So that's the only thing I would have with that. I thought he just jumped a little bit early on it.
Okay, well, that is a mistimed jump. Is that's not egregious. Like if it truly was a case where he was afraid, essentially, to make the play, short arming the football that he feared. So that's the Flus. One more cut, because I know the defense has been probably worse than the offense. Like if we really went blow for blow, but the rage is the offense. It's just the way it works. But somebody had to say something about the defense, and TJ Edwards was front and center with the media. And I asked him, what is the major issue with the defense through these first three games?
Yeah, I thought, run game wise, I thought we were actually decent. I thought we were solid in terms of point of attack. I thought the D-line did a really good job in the run game and things like that. But for us, I think it's been a focus that we've had is really those third downs and getting rid of those, explosive passes. And that's everybody. That's from the rush to the back end of the linebackers. That's everyone, doing their job so we can get those things hammered down so that we can get off the field. A lot of drives where we've had chances to get off the field. We've had a, third and manageable, and we're not doing it. So it's finding a way to make those things happen so that we can get off the field and get our offense out there and get this thing going.
And in real time, when that's happening, how deflating is it, especially against an explosive offense like Kansas City?
I mean, yeah, anytime someone's driving on you, it's not what you want, for sure. But I think, again, it's one of those where they're a good team. We knew they were going to make some plays and things like that, so we weren't, discouraged by that. It was more so, just I felt like early in that first half we just couldn't find a way to get off the field, and that's, as a defense, we pride ourselves on that, so we got to find a way to get that done.
Yeah, and it just looks like they're dragging, man. I mean, through 3 weeks, they're just playing a step behind. Like, they just don't look like they're caught up yet with the rest of the NFL. It's like, I mean, and there's not much worse to say about a defense than they look a step slow. I mean, that's like devastating, where you just want to have everybody flying out there. And it's not the case right now with the Bears defense. And it's nowhere on this team right now. The Bears are a legitimate 0-3, and day off on Tuesday at Hallis Hall before we speak to Justin Fields on Wednesday. So we'll see how this week continues to go out here at Hallis Hall. Thank you so much for listening, as you always do on the Daily Score. I'll be back the next day. For Ray Diaz, I'm Mark Grote. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.